What's up, everybody? Today I have a very interesting video for you guys today, which is part 2. Yes, Cobra Kai Season 4 trailer part 2 breakdown. Yes, I already did part 1. It's not doing so well view-wise. Maybe part 2 will be a little more attractive. Or the thumbnail. If I'm sure you've seen that, and that might be the reason some of you clicked on this video. But if you haven't already checked it out, make sure you check out my last video. It'll just be the one before this one, obviously, with Miguel. I'm so dumb. That was my last video, I think, with that thumbnail. I had something to do with Terry Silver, being Miguel's father, that crazy theory I wanted to put my personal opinions on. Terry Silver and John Kreese. When Terry Silver and John Kreese were laughing at Mr. Miyagi and Daniel, he's like, "You won't even be a memory." And Daniel's like, with all he can, he's like, "Yes, he will. You won't." He's crying. He's so heartbroken the way Terry Silver acts, and they just start, the paint on Terry Silver's gi, where Mr. Miyagi threw him in the glass wall, and that made the paint fall off the edge. So, check that out, that video or not. But without further ado, let's get into part 2 of the trailer. Oh, make sure to leave a comment down below if you have any thoughts or predictions about this theory or any other theories, or about these theories actually, or any other theories you'd like to share with me. I'd love to pair a redemption now together. It's the most important thing to me. Love to. Make sure you leave a like if you enjoy this. Share this video again. Need all views I can get. I'm sure there's someone out there who you know personally who would need like to see this video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you are or not. If you enjoy this channel's content, check out my other videos are or not. Need all the views I can get. Alright guys, without further ado, let's get into this one. So, part 2. I left off where Tori and Robbie were in the Cobra Kai in dojo in their gis, and Tori kind of had a little confused look on her face, but Robbie had it for sure, I'm eager to listen. And then when Tori, turned her head to Robbie, he looked at her with a serious look and was like, "I know what Kreese is talking about." And that is my personal opinion. I'm just going to pick up where I left off because I did say it about something that happened earlier in the Cobra Kai Season 4 trailer when John Kreese was talking to Robbie in the back of the dojo. I personally think he tells him about his plans with Silver right then. That, it's probably in the first episode because we've seen the scar on Robbie's face and where Johnny slammed him in the locker room in the Season 3 finale during their fight. In the locker room, into the locker in the corners of the dojo, obviously. So I think that is when John Kreese is informing the dojo about Terry Silver, and Robbie already knows what he's talking about. So, getting into the, fast pace of scenes, just little clips. We obviously see Daniel and Johnny fist bumping, which we'd actually already seen that from the first All Valley teaser. And Daniel even looks a little bit more enthusiastic to Johnny to him, which is, a little odd. But it's definitely the same episode as when they are training on the big mat and when the Cobras are... I'm getting everything mixed up today. The Miyagi-Dos are in the dojo meditating because all the same clothes they have. Oh man, I'm getting everything just talking so fast. Got to get through this. So then, this is one of the big 2 that I'm going to discuss a little bit about, and obviously the next one I'm going to say, the other one that's later on in the fast scenes is the thumbnail scene. Yeah. So you see Hawk in the banyo, pinning Kenny. Yes, Kenny, Dallas Dupree Young, the new character that's joining the cast this season. And we're wondering, is the Hawk supposed to be having a redemption arc? Like, why would he do this? And if you'll notice, Kenny has a Cobra Kai shirt if you look closely into it. And that makes you think, since Kenny's character description described him as a bully karate student who turns to karate to defend himself, that makes you believe that that's not the only, or that's not also the first time that we'll see Hawk bully Kenny. We'll see him bully that before, but since he's wearing a Cobra Kai shirt, then that makes you think he's already joined Cobra Kai. Maybe he wants to prove something to Hawk, and they see him in the bathroom, and Hawk pins Kenny up against the wall, but Kenny really looks pissed that Hawk's doing that, and he might bust some Cobra Kai on him. You never know. And I will say I definitely do think that was Kenny that was on the doorstep, when Cobra Kai Season 4 was filming, and we got it back in like February or something, that, footage across the street when we obviously determined that it was Robbie holding the backpack, giving it back to Kenny. So it could have been, Hawk. Kenny could have saw that, Hawk stole his backpack or something like that, but really, didn't need it. Just wanted to steal from him if he is the central bully, Hawk is the Kenny. And, Robbie's returning and probably convinces Kenny to join Cobra Kai there. And maybe like an episode goes by, but we see, Robbie teaching Kenny a couple things in like two different scenes or something. And he teaches him something really good that now he's learning Cobra Kai. And then that could maybe be maybe mid-season, maybe a little bit after mid-season, we see Kenny really, maybe that's what's going to bad happen to Hawk from that little boy. But kind of honestly want to see that happen. That's the most disgraceful thing, in my personal opinion, as a huge Hawk fan, that he's done. And I've already seen them teasers, so that gives actually a bad time about season 4 overall. So, anyway, on to the next thing, which is obviously Robbie. The next, quick shot, we see Robbie. It's obvious at the prom dunking what appears to be Tori, I guess, at the prom when she is wearing a leopard dress, leopard clothing. Yeah, so I think that's Tori. It honestly looks a little bit more like Moon's hair, but come on, if Moon does get back together with a boy, it's obviously going to be Hawk. But I don't think that's Moon, but it would have to be Tori. But we're wondering, how in the heck did Tori get a leopard dress? Is Silver helping her out financially coming back in season 4 or something? Who knows? And but everybody wears their nicest, suit. Even somebody like that has that kind of poor income to the prom. They'll have to. So then we see Johnny and Carmen kissing, and we know that it's pretty likely that they're obviously going to be together this season. But we also know that if they are, which it's basically proof they are, Miguel is going to have to find out. I mean, surely, come on, they can't quit putting this off. They can't quit playing us about Johnny and Carmen getting together, and they're not even going to let Miguel know that it seems official that they are together. We do not know what Miguel will think about that, and we do not have the evidence in the teaser, but we do see Johnny and Carmen kissing, making it obvious that Carmen doesn't hold anything about the fact that, Miguel got hurt again. Like she said, I know he won't get hurt again, and then obviously he got beat up in the house fight, so they are definitely on good terms, and Carmen seems very happy kissing her boy's sensei. So yeah, that is definitely something to look forward to, that arc, and we'll see what Miguel's reaction is. And on to the next thing. I believe, it was Tori. It was Tori in the seashell bikini. And that's the thumbnail. I made that because it is attracting. Everyone is wondering. Now, I'm going to say firsthand right now, I am not one of those people who the popularity vote about it is that this scene with Tori is at the prom. Nuh-uh, it's not. I promise you. Let me give you my theory. I've seen this mentioned a couple times. I think that it's going to be, it's going to be cringy to watch these scenes, especially if there's more than one. Please don't let there be more than one, unless a fight breaks out or something like that. That could be interesting. But I personally think that this is at some kid's party, that Tori now is doing everything she possibly can to make money. She's doing everything she possibly can to help her brother. We don't know what's going to happen to her after the house fight. We have no idea. Due to the teaser, maybe nothing. I'm not exactly sure. But she's doing everything she can to help her significant other and her brother, and, barely is being able to pay rent. She's obviously in a funk right now. Definitely has so much hate in her heart. So she, I honestly think, is doing anything to pick up money. And it's just kind of the other part, that makes the scene, worth, putting in there and watching, is because, like, Tori, we know that she's awful. I mean, we know that, and kids could be looking up to her like, wow, look at that girl up there. She's so sweet and kind and a great, character. The kids might, love her and, look up to her as a character, and, she might be nice to them truly, but we all know what it's like under, that purple hair and everything. So that's why it'll be kind of a funny scene to watch. We know this isn't Tori. Poor kids. They're being fooled. This is extreme dramatic irony going on here. So, but yeah, I don't think that's prom. Who would wear that to prom? Besides, she get dress coded, and we see that, Robbie has to be dancing with somebody who you would think would have to be Tori, since they're going to be together this season, wearing the leopard dress. So yeah, she wouldn't wear two different outfits. So, and who would be doing something like that at prom? It makes no sense. So that is definitely my personal theory, and I honestly think it's about a fact. And then we see a scene where Daniel is pulling up a chain, and Johnny's below him, and it looks in the same, some maybe warehouse, I think that's what it is, or hardware, I don't know. But we see Daniel grinding hard, and, this isn't really Daniel's, thing, but it's more of Johnny's, extreme measures that he likes to take, because he's obviously a stronger person, and Johnny might be teaching him, and that's what's interesting, because you cut right directly after that. Daniel definitely looks like a hard time. It's a bad a shot, really truly is. And then you cut to the next shot and you see that Johnny is trying to balance on the the circle in the middle of the Miyagi-Do dojo pond, where in season 2 episode 2 we saw Daniel trying to get Samantha and Robbie out there to balance each other on the pond and do the kata, and that's what, Daniel seems to be teaching John. But something I've seen that literally no YouTuber that's broke this down has mentioned yet is the fact that Johnny's pants are wet. And if you have not seen it and you're like, oh, I need to see that, let me watch the trailer now. Look closely at his pants. It appears that Johnny has already fell in, which we know would inevitably happen. But the thing is, what makes it interesting is he's doing it wrong again. We can clearly see even with the 1 second shot. And you see Daniel standing on the side like, dude, what are you doing? And are you going to get this right or not? So it's twice now that Daniel's gotten wrong. I literally have seen nobody mention that. But the point of this is that it makes it obvious that you're showing, Johnny and Daniel, doing each other's styles for them to put it back to back like that. Heck, it maybe even be in the same episode, I'm not sure, that they're doing this. So, and then the final one of the, epic fast shots is we see a character that I have no idea. This is going to be short and sweet. I have no idea who it is, but my personal theory, what's going on, doing flips, doing gymnastics in a gym, what appears to be, you see Johnny on the edge. So Johnny might take Kreese's, way, or not like Kreese's. He doesn't know that Kreese did this. He might do what Kreese did in season 3, episode 6, and this, could be the beginning of the episode. You could see this as a theme, like, we need more students, and we could see Johnny out there, going maybe from place to place, and maybe that's just one of them, in the gym, and it just is not like a whole gymnastics, big scene that we see. It's just, a little clip of who's Johnny wants to recruit to, he likes natural athletes himself, obviously, already tough skid, so he would maybe like to recruit a girl like that. But it looks to be Miguel, honestly. There's just a little edge of the character, and it looks to be Miguel's, like a red shade. It looks to be his type of clothing and his type of form. And then, so that's enough of the quick shots. And then we see the famous Terry Silver. He looks insane and mean and so evil. I cannot wait to see this guy in season 4. Him and Kreese are going to do so much damage. That epic shot of him punching the punching bag is awesome. Evidently, Kreese literally just has a routine of his own of, when someone, and he's, facing the other way coincidentally every time, maybe looking at the All-Valley Purser, because this is what happened, he's setting it up at that moment, but maybe this time he's looking at it, thinking, we have to win this thing, because it looks like he's in the same exact spot and position, we have to win this thing, and he waits for the person to speak before he turns around. He obviously recognizes Silver's voice, and there he was standing there, and when he's punching that punching bag, Terry Silver is wailing on that. He is going after it. And it looks like some new equipment and punching bags are in the background, if you notice that. And that would cost a lot of money, and we know that would come from Silver and not Kreese. So, if anyone's mentioned that, I don't know. But I will say, no one that I've seen has mentioned that. So, if you notice that, you notice it now from me. You're welcome. And then the last thing, we see classic... Excuse me. Sorry. I don't have COVID, hopefully. We see Amanda again. We see Amanda talking to Daniel about, if you would have told me a year ago that our family's safety depended on winning karate tournament, I would have thought you were joking. But here we are, living in the Twilight Zone. That's what she feels. She can't even believe. When Terry Silver comes in, she's literally going to think somebody's pulling the strings on her, and this was all, designated against the characters, and they're all one-sided, and literally on each other's side, just pulling her on her strings the whole time, and thinking this is so hilarious way to live life. When Silver comes back, she's going to, oh my gosh, she's going to hate this guy. I know we see Kreese and Amanda, but there's going to be some kind of interaction between Amanda and Silver, and you thought her interaction is what she thought Kreese was bad. Holy crap. Can you imagine when she meets Silver, how crazy this guy is? It is going to be an epic season. Cannot wait. Great teaser trailer. So happy we got it. That's a breakdown from Tarpoo. Check out the last one, part 1. Terry Silver, John Kreese, in the thumbnail. Paint all over Terry Silver. Hope you guys have a great day. See you guys in the next one. Take care. Love you guys so much. Peace.